white dick of your horse.
Oh, hi there. My name is Matt Cole.
And I'm Brian Garrity.
And we are the producers of the Sexperts Podcast. And we have one of our favorite guests. He hasn't been on the show yet, he's been on the show, but not as a guest. He's a very talented, very handsome, very lovely human being. He has a lot of empathy, a lot of heart. He's won a lot of awards around town in the Hampton Roads area. He's a comedian, actor, writer, director, standardized patient.
And he just took everything I was going to say about him. He's good with children.
Real good with children. I have children I don't know the names of.
He's a very good pet sitter. He's ridiculously good at basketball. He has his own Chicago Bulls jersey that he wears, and he dribbles really hard. Like, if you're at the rec center and he's there, he's the one dribbling the hardest. He good laugh.
Yeah.
He's a great cook. He can take a leftover steak sandwich and reheat it in a manner that makes it look and smell like it was just born.
By the way, Sam's Texas Sub Shop, the black and blue on wheat is a very good sandwich. It's on Colley Avenue. And what are we talking about, by the way?
He's a good pitch man.
Oh, who is it?
Drum roll, please.
Plate.
Your favorite and our favorite and his favorite, Matthew Douglas Cole.
Oh, that's me.
MDC.
All right. So I usually ask questions of the guest, but now that's on you. Go for it, Brian. We'll see how well you do, you dumbass.
You're kind of mean. I left that out of your notes. Okay, so welcome. First of all, it's great to have you on the show. If you would start off by just introducing yourself and telling the audience a little bit about what you're involved in locally and around town.
Okay. Well, my name is Matt Cole, and like I said before, I perform at the
specifics, please.
At the Push Comedy Theater in Norfolk, Virginia. I've been performing there since they opened, and let's see, I host the short form show at the comedy
What's
theater.
What's that called, and when is it?
It's called Jesus. This is hard. Improv Riot. The short form improv show.
First Friday of the month.
It's the last Friday of every month.
Friday.
I'm glad you got that wrong.
Okay.
Dumbass. I love it. God, why aren't our guests more mean to us? It's a Whose Line Is It Anyway style show. The Pushers, the founders of the Push Comedy Theater, they were so gracious to let me host that. And
can the audience expect to participate?
They should. They should come and not to scare them. Would you let me get a fucking word in?
Do you take suggestions from the audience?
Shut the fuck up. All right, we're on to the next topic. I can't not host. We interact with the audience. We take suggestions. Usually we play a game called Lines from a Hat. And so we have the audience, as soon as they walk in the theater, Brian, okay? Can I just tell you, as soon as they walk in the theater, they're already giving us suggestions. They write down a slip of paper, their favorite lyric or line from poem or
advice their mother gave them?
Best or worst advice they ever given. And then during the set, we play a game where the performers actually start a scene and then use those lines from a hat in the scene. And sometimes it's hilarious. Last night, the performers did really well, but some of the suggestions were just way too political. Worst advice, it was don't marry a Texan. It's grown.
Don't marry. You know what? With all due respect to the great state of Texas, that's good advice.
I disagree. That's last Friday of every month. We have two teams, and the teams consist of performers who actually are students of the Push Comedy Theater because it's a teaching theater.
Let's leave a little to the imagination.
Jesus, you asked for so many teeth. Oh God! All right. So I'm gonna blow my lid on here.
Anything else? Are you involved in the Herald Night? Are you in any groups that have monthly shows?
Absolutely. So I am heavily involved in a lot of the programming at the Push Comedy Theater. I'm in Herald Night, and my team is rehearsing right now. Herald Night is a long form style
right now
of improv.
Without you?
Yes, I'm doing this bullshit instead of practicing, but who needs practice? So I'm on a team with 8 other people. I mean, we have a team.
It doesn't matter.
8 other performers. Again, they're students of the Push Comedy Theater, and we perform every third Thursday.
That sounds right.
Every third Thursday of the month at 7, and there's 3 teams going up this December, and I forgot what date it is. I think it's maybe December 20th or 27th, something like that.
And there's a special that night on beers. All beers are either $6, $5, or $3.
Wait, why? 6, 5, or 3?
Yeah.
6, 5, or 3. I'm racking my brain here. 6, 5, or 3. 6.
It's the same price
5.
as they always are.
See, I'm a numerologist as well. Like I'm constantly like the Vatican and the Masons. You
did most of the research for our anal sex by the numbers episode. I mean, you really threw yourself into that.
I wish I could plug. I wish we were doing this last week so we could plug the Scarlet Letter, which I was in. You saw it with your sons, which is really cool, and apparently they liked it, which is also pretty fucking sweet. But with Core Theater. But they bring back shows, so if you get a chance to see the Scarlet Letter, I have a British accent, so.
Okay, and
okay, moving on.
Are you in a sketch group that has a show coming up like early next year?
Man, these are really slow ball questions. Yeah, actually, the Bright Side, the group that you're in, actually, I don't know if you know that. You and me, Andrea Borg, Drew Richard, we do sketch and improv comedy, and we have a show coming up in January 18th at 8 p.m. 19th?
It's a Saturday, bruh.
Are you sure? Oh, because I thought it was my birthday is December 19th, and so the show's on December 19th? Or no, January 19th.
January 19th.
God damn it. All right, well, I got that wrong. Sorry. I'm glad that you're in the
I'm glad we had this conversation.
I would have showed up at the
18th.
Yeah, but we're going to do a bunch of sketches that actually haven't been written yet. So, a little factoid. And we usually have a great time, usually.
And now this has all been great. Really good. Good stuff.
You're really, really praising me. I like it.
How about something that our listeners don't know about you? What's a fun Matt Cole fact that the average Sexperts pre-show hype audio listener hasn't heard?
Like
besides you chewing.
Yeah, I'm eating a sandwich from Sam's Texas Sub Shop on Colley Avenue. Not open on Sundays.
That's a free pitch.
The only thing I don't like about that place, they play Fox News in there all the time, and I think the owner is a big Republican or whatever, but he's a really, really nice guy.
As long as you're white like you.
He actually, yesterday, this is a fun story that nobody's heard. I usually get the same thing, the black and blue on wheat, a full one.
Must be nice. You're rubbing your Sam's privilege into everyone's fucking face.
With potato salad. Their potato salad is excellent. With a fountain drink and a layered brownie. The layered brownie is great. You got a layer of peanut butter, Oreo, and then chocolate to die for. Literally, you
this
probably
is why
get
most people don't like podcasts.
We should do a food podcast. Anyways, so I go in there and I order it, and I haven't been there maybe a month because I've been pretty busy with all kinds of shit. But the guy was like, you know what? I'm not going to charge you for that brownie. I was like, thank you. You're sweet. And he was like, well, you actually left your brownie on the table last month, and so I feel like I don't want to charge you for this.
And he goes, and that's it? I saved it.
It's right here in the fridge.
He's like, dumbass, I have a hard time double charging you for the same brownie, you idiot. And Cole's like, no, I insist.
Fake news.
All right, that wasn't really the fun fact that I was fishing for.
Okay, I actually...
Tell us something about your childhood.
God, no. I have... Oh.
What was your... what did you do for fun when you were 7?
The same shit I do now. No, I actually, yeah, that was my fun fact that I was going to say is I actually just got back into comic books, and in 7, I was really into comic books, so I actually read a lot. I actually spend so much just stupid money just like throwing it away. I don't even want to tell you how much I spent a month on comic books. I'm actually like...
Well, I can see what it's done to you. You live in squalor.
But yeah, at 7, I was doing the same thing in video games. Here's something I will get a little personal. I've always been kind of like... not like a lonely person, but a loner. Like when I was growing up, I always wanted to like hang out with friends, but my parents, I was the last child, and actually a mistake. They didn't want to like. I lived in seclusion from us. I was like, hey, can I go out and play? Like, and they're like, no, we don't want to like take you or like. And they didn't want me to walk to other people's houses either, so they just kept me inside. So I would spend most of my days like playing with my action figures and comic books and video games, and I was just like. This really like loner child. And I do the same shit now, actually. I don't have action figures anymore, but as I say, the little Gloomhaven figurines on the table. But I still read comic books, and I like to play video games and stuff when I'm not doing like comedy, you know? Because that takes up a lot of goddamn time, a lot of brain space too.
Okay, well, that was really sad. So if the listeners want to take a minute to just collect ourselves, I'm sorry. That probably should have been trigger warninged.
I only had one friend. I bet he listens to this podcast, but his name was Kyle, and he was older, And like
He could drive. He could buy me wine coolers.
he wasn't, to be honest, a very great friend. Like
He had a mustache.
He would pick on me. So I think that actually means a lot about my relationships now too, where I like people who shit on me all the time. And I'm looking at you, Brian, you motherfucker.
You looking in the mirror, bruh.
You're like Kyle. You're an older friend, a lot older. You can drive, and you pick on me.
And I brought wine coolers. I don't want you to tell your mom. All right, well, everyone, I'm sorry that we gloomed your room.
It's
but
a weird
listen,
interview.
Stay tuned for tonight's episode.
I really feel for our guest now, like how awkward this shit is.
Stay tuned for tonight's episode.
Yeah.
The wonderfully talented,
You got that right.
everybody's best friend, the guy you want to be like in some aspects, but not others. Matt
loneliness
Cole
part.
making his Sexperts debut. See you then.
Bye-bye.